Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2 and I'm back again with another series review. I just recently watched the most recent episode of Doctor Who, and the episode was called Eaters of the Light. And this actually featured the Picts, which were of the Scottish tribe, and then you had Romans, centurions, and they were conquering, and of course this was in Scotland. And I thought, ooh, we're back in my own stomping ground. I mean, I've never been, but I really want to go. It's just, to me, it's a very mystical, magical, wonderful place that just evokes my imagination and draws me to it like nothing else I can even imagine. Same thing with Ireland. I just feel such a draw and a pull towards it. And it was as I expected, absolutely stunning. It's just the same kind of evocative imagery that's brought forth by Outlander, which is why I love Outlander so much. And Bill, she was with the Centurions and she could speak Latin, and she then thought, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to be able to actually understand your language. How can I understand your language? Must be some sort of telepathic field. And of course, it's the doctor. The doctor is giving her and everybody else the wherewithal to speak in the language of the other. When they finally meet each other, before they fight the beasts, the animals that are sucking out the power and the light, this huge, unbelievably grotesque creature. They fought it back for years and were able to keep it at bay, but the doctor tries to explain they're from another dimension and there's more than one, and you're going to need my help. And of course, the leader of the rebellion, on the Pict side, she says, I don't need your help. I thought, we're going to have pride involved. But the Centurions, they overlook their difference. I mean, I love this episode. This is one of my favorite episodes. Two of my favorite quotes. One was, you both sound like well, Bill says, you're not understanding the universe. That's why you both sound like children, because the woman warrioress of the Pict tribe, she said, you sound like a child. And of course the centurion agreed, as do you. And that's when Bill said her profound line. And then my other favorite line was later on with Missy, and he says, to understand the universe, first you must be able to hear its music. And of course they're listening to the riling music of the Scots, or the Picts at the time, and it has a very distinct sound to it. You know, the pipes, and I think, those bagpipes. I love bagpipes. I know I'm probably one of the few people that just, I don't know what it is about bagpipes. It just gets my blood pumping. It just, ooh, so much nostalgia. But it's just, I adore them. And just, like the pan flute. If I hear Irish music, Celtic music, I cannot stand still. I'm like, let me go dance. I gotta dance. I can't keep my feet from tapping. Let me go dance with you. I don't care. I must. I absolutely must. It's just, it sings in my blood, and I cannot resist. But it's just like with Greek music too. Oh my goodness, I can't. No, don't even try anything like that. I think I gotta get up, I gotta dance, I gotta go. I don't know who these people are. I'm going outside my comfort zone. I'm going to dance with them now. I'm gonna do that at Greek Fest on the 26th. I'm definitely gonna do the horror. I got to do the horror. It's part of. Circle dances are common. They actually did a circle, speaking of which, they did a circle dance in this episode. I thought, oh yeah, that's very tribal. It's been around for eons, and it's just to show the continuity between one person and the next, and that we're all connected. I thought, ooh, that's really unbelievable, deep, heady symbolism. And I like the fact that the Centurions, they called themselves the Warriors of the Light. The Templars were also called the Warriors of Light, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken. They didn't do it all for the right reasons, though, unfortunately. But they were not cowardly. They were very intelligent. Unfortunately, their empire fell. The Picts, I don't know. I think that they were wiped out, but they eventually became the Scots. And of course, we know that it's all Teutonic people, but yeah, this was a very educational episode, and I loved the didactic methodology of the Doctor and speaking to Missy, because Nordalon, he was just fit to be tied. He couldn't take it. He was pretty well ticked off, and he was reprimanding the Doctor. How dare you? She should be in the vault. Why isn't she in the vault? And the Doctor is trying to make him realize that what's interesting is to see the duality of the Doctor himself. The Master, or Missy, is part of him, I think. That's just a theory. I don't know if other Whovians out there believe the same way as I do, but I think this is true. I mean, if you see the Rebel Doctor and how he reacts to a lot of situations, you notice that he's not always benevolent. And you think, maybe he's not too far from being like Missy. Missy, I don't know if she's going to have a redemption arc or not, but this episode kind of goes in that direction. And I'm not used to seeing a villainess go in that way. But it's very interesting, and kind of reminds me of Once Upon a Time with Rumpelstiltskin, even though Rumpelstiltskin, he went through quite a bit, and you feel for his character because he's so multifaceted. I stopped watching that show a long time ago, but he was my favorite character because of that. He was just so intricate and mysterious, and he had a lot of ulterior motives, but he had good reason for them. I mean, I hate to say that, but he was a very likable villain. And if you're going to cast another Doctor, please cast him as the next Doctor. I know they probably haven't, but maybe the 14th. Please cast him as, I forget his name, but please cast Rumpelstiltskin as the 14th Doctor, because he'd be perfect. Enough said. Plus, I would love that. I love him. He's awesome. But exceptional episode. I loved everything about it. Of course, Nautilon's response to everything was in his character, and I don't know. He just, like I said before, I know I've touched on this, but he just reminds me so much of the foil, the Sontaran, because the Doctor and the Sontaran would just kind of jab and gibber back and forth and not agree, but they agreed to disagree. And of course, Nautilon is just seeing Missy for what she is, and he doesn't really see any kind of goodness to her, but she seems to have a breakthrough in this episode. She cried. I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I'm not certain. Maybe there will be a redemption arc. We shall see. But don't know as of yet. So until next time, live long, prosper. Ciao, tutti.